Bort? Oh, come on, Bort?
Mommy, buy me a license plate.
No, come along, Bort.
Hello, and welcome to the Bort Experience. This is episode 18 of The Simpsons, season 2, episode 5 overall. Before we jump into the episode and the discussion, I just wanted to point out, if you could, please subscribe and also check me out over on Kick. I'm going to start trying to stream video game content, especially the Fortnite Simpsons season. Hopefully this Tuesday, Veterans Day, I might try to do some test streams over the weekend. So as you can see in the description and also just here on the screen, this is my Kick. It's kick.com/Noob News Network. So please go check me out. I'm going to hopefully be streaming maybe twice a week, just different games, specifically Fortnite at first, the Simpsons edition. So please join me on Veterans Day. Also, if you can please like and subscribe and comment on the video, that really helps us out. But without further ado, let's jump into the episode. So it originally aired on Fox in the United States on November 8th, 1990. It was written by Ken Levine and David Isaacs, and it was directed by Mark Kirtland. The chalkboard gag read, "I will not trade pants with others." The couch gag, "The family, except for Marge, sits on the couch. The family sits on the couch except for Maggie, and then Maggie peeks her head out of Marge's tall hair." The summary of the episode: Homer fires up the crowd at the Springfield Isotopes game and is chosen to be the team's new mascot. He immediately becomes a popular attraction, and the Isotopes start a winning streak. As a result, Homer is promoted to the team in Capital City. The Simpsons move to Capital City, but Homer fails to enthrall the crowd and returns home. My thoughts on the episode. Honestly, it was kind of a weaker one for me. There was a few good jokes, I think, but I think just as a story in itself, I didn't find it very appealing. It's kind of been, honestly, one of my least favorite episodes so far. It wasn't necessarily terrible. It was just kind of one of those ones I don't have any desire to really go back and watch. Some of the I'll kind of point out some of the good things, and then some of the things I didn't feel like worked as well. So I thought there were some great jokes at the beginning and throughout, just kind of baseball related type jokes. I'm not super into baseball, but even I kind of got them. I thought the moment where Homer is leaving the minor league team to go to the majors, it's like that Lou Gehrig famous speech where, he's the luckiest man in the world. I think most people have either heard it or maybe have seen a clip about it. I'll kind of not link, but I'll put it on the screen right here for you. I thought that was kind of great. I also just thought seeing another city in depth, like Capital City, has that kind of New York City or maybe Las Vegas type vibes as the family are coming to the place. I just we got some kind of good Burns dialogue and Smithers and Homer interactions. I like how Mr. Burns forgets who Homer is, even though we recently saw them in an episode together, but he just thinks so little of Homer that he never remembers his name. I thought that was great, and that becomes a running gag throughout the seasons and episodes going forward. I kind of don't mind the element of Homer's in a bar, and then kind of it's he's telling his friends what happened to him. We get to see the mascot of Goofball. It has a pretty cool design, I feel like. But besides that, it just wasn't really hit me too much, honestly. I think there's been a lot better episodes that have come out, better writing, better story plots. There was no really B plot in this one, and I don't know why, but it seemed like the animation kind of took a step down in this episode as well. So I don't know if this was an episode perhaps that was animated before some of the other ones. I don't know. It was just kind of weird to me that this is the one they decided to push out, and honestly, I wasn't a huge fan. Like I said, it wasn't terrible by any means, but it just it was kind of subpar for me in regards to just what the story was, and just the writing overall. So, but I just gotta kind of tell you how I see it, type of thing. So, next we'll get into the citizens of Springfield. We have Dan Castanella as Homer Simpson and Barney. We have Julie Carvener as Marge. We have Nancy Cartwright as Bart. We have Yardley Smith as Lisa. And Harry Shearer as Burns, Smithers, announcer, and Ned Flanders. We also have Hank Azarian as Moe. We have Pamela Hayden as Millhouse and Kevin Levine as Dan Horde. And we also have special guest stars Tony Bennett as himself and then Tom Poston as the Capital City Goofball. MVP, I guess I give it to Homer. I was, mainly focusing on him. Like I said, there wasn't really any super shout out performances by any of the characters, I felt like, but just because of necessity, I'll give it to Homer, just because it was focused on him. Now, I think the best joke came at the beginning of the episode, which kind of had promise, and then as it kind of went on, I'm like, I just wasn't really feeling it. But I thought this was a great first joke. Marge, last year you got a little rambunctious and mooned the poor umpire. Homer, Marge, this ticket doesn't just give me a seat. It also gives me the right, no, the duty to make a complete ass of myself. Marge, I thought that was a great joke where Homer is pretty much like, hey, I'm going to do this. So this is my God-given right, Marge. Don't stop me, or the heavens will open up and God himself will give me a Duff beer in my hand to make an ass out of myself. So I thought that was a great kind of joke by Homer. And I don't really have much else to say about the episode. I'm going to jump into trivia and then the outro, and then we'll be out of here. It was a really quick one. Like I said, I've had more to say when I find the subject matter more interesting or it's speaking on a deeper level. But like I said, I don't even consider this one a popcorn episode for me. It was just kind of like a subpar, probably one of the lower episodes that I've seen so far in the show's run. But I know more better episodes will come. But I just feel like this one is one that is kind of like you just kind of forget about, because I don't remember it originally watching it. Maybe I never had, because like I said, I always saw them on syndication. I had a few of the seasons growing up, but just unfortunately a weak season. But we have my favorite segment, trivia, which I think most people enjoy, and this one is very good one, I think. What is the name of Springfield's minor league baseball team? What is the name of Springfield's minor league baseball team? Subscribe and check out the full episode for the answer. And that is going to be the Isotopes, which I can't remember if Burns owns that team. I know there's an episode eventually where he buys, it's like a company baseball team, and he hires a bunch of former or current really famous baseball players, and I think they actually voice their characters in the episode. And that's another great one. I have a feeling some of the writers must be really big baseball fans, because that's not the only, besides this episode and that, I feel like there's several baseball type references. And then I also have to think about like Blurns Ball from Futurama. So I definitely feel like there's a big baseball kind of through line with some of the writers and creators of this show. But until next time, I hope everyone has a great Veterans Day. I am a veteran myself, so I salute to all the other veterans and military families out there. So thank you. If you can, please check out my Kick stream. I really want to start kind of playing some more games and streaming that and just kind of see how it goes. I want to do things for fun, so I hope you'll join me on that journey as well. But until next time, peace out.